Whether you're trying to conceive or trying to prevent pregnancy, chances are you've experienced the dreaded 2-week wait. You know, that time after ovulation, but before your expected period, when you start experiencing all these crazy symptoms that leave you completely confused. Yeah, let's talk about the most common symptoms for early pregnancy and how they're different than PMS symptoms. But before we get started, I want to remind you that I'm not a medical professional. These videos for informational purposes only, and you should always consult with your doctor if you have any questions or concerns about your health. Now that we got that out the way, let's talk about early pregnancy symptoms. Some of the most common early pregnancy symptoms include a missed period. This is usually the first sign of pregnancy. However, there's other reasons why you might miss your period. Stress is a big one. I haven't missed a period because of stress. I've also had 2 periods in 1 month because of stress. So that one's a little dodgy, a little sketchy, I don't know. The next symptom is tender or swollen breasts. This is caused by hormonal changes in the body. We have nausea and vomiting, also known as morning sickness. But as we know, she don't just come in the morning, she's here all day. Fatigue is a huge one that I hear about. You may feel more tired than usual while your body is working overtime to create this little human. Frequent urination, having to pee over and over and over and over and over and over is a huge early pregnancy symptom. Dead giveaway. There's also food cravings and food aversions. Some things that you used to crave, you may now absolutely hate, and vice versa. Some things that you used to hate, now you're craving them. Yeah, this is a big one where if you're experiencing either of those two, go ahead and take that test, sis. You may experience mood swings due to hormonal changes. Things rapidly changing in the body can leave us feeling a little out of sorts. There's light bleeding or spotting. This is sometimes called implantation bleeding. I plan on making an entirely separate video for you on this topic because implantation bleeding is tricky. She's tricky. So yeah, that's another sign of pregnancy. Another one that I plan on making a video about is basal body temperature. Basal body temperature is great. Whether you're trying to conceive or trying to prevent pregnancy, tracking your basal body temperature can actually let you know early on if you're pregnant or not. It is a hack for both trying to conceive and trying not to conceive. I'm going to make another video for that one for you as well because that is a game changer in cycle tracking. And there's a lot of different ways to track it. I track mine on my watch. They have so many different new devices, and yeah, we'll talk about that in another video. But if your BBT is elevated and stays elevated, you might be pregnant. You just might be pregnant. Go ahead and take that test, sis. It's important to note that not everyone will experience these symptoms, and some women may not experience any symptoms at all. The severity of symptoms can also vary from person to person. Many of the symptoms I just mentioned, like breast tenderness, fatigue, mood swings, bloating, pretty much the same as PMS symptoms. So yeah, we're confused, aren't we? Well, there are a few things to keep in mind. First things first, PMS symptoms typically occur a week or 2 before your period starts. But mind you, your period starts. Early pregnancy symptoms start around the same time, but typically there's no period, and some people mistake their period for implantation bleeding. Second, PMS symptoms usually go away once your period starts. Again, period starts. Whereas early pregnancy symptoms usually persist. They usually just go on and on throughout early pregnancy. So if you're experiencing any of these symptoms that you're not sure about, it's always best to be sure by taking a home pregnancy test. Home pregnancy tests have come a really long way. Home pregnancy tests are a lot more accurate these days and readily accessible. You can purchase them at almost any drugstore. In the comments down below, if you know anybody who used the dollar store pregnancy test and it was like just so accurate, whereas the really expensive ones might not have been, let me know in the comments because I hear a lot of stories about that as well. But yeah, it's always best to take a test if you're not sure. When I'm in my 2-week wait, I do a lot of scrolling in the comments of TikTok videos of, oh, I didn't know I was pregnant, y'all. Scary. I do a lot of scrolling in those videos. On Reddit, I just do a lot of scrolling about different symptoms of early pregnancy once someone finally got their positive pregnancy test or went to the doctor and got it confirmed that they are pregnant. I love to hear all of the different symptoms that people have experienced because some of them are really weird, really different, really off the wall. So if you have any of those or you know any of those stories or symptoms, leave them in the comments down below so I can be thoroughly entertained and everyone else can be thoroughly entertained. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, please leave them down in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of these free childbirth education videos. Thank you so much for watching. While you're here, speaking of free, get your values worth. Childbirth education is expensive, love. So it's free. Watch as many videos as you need to. They're here just for you. Bye, babes.